Ready?
It's 3 o'clock. Get down to the big O show.
Yeah, that kind of Muppets. With the Muppets, with like big O's, and like the logo bursting through it like.
You Cornish, you're terrible.
I know. Imagination's awful.
You make me look sane, you two.
First lesson Darren has to learn is behind the camera he shuts up. Yeah?
Go far away.
Hi everybody, welcome to Big Eye Golf. We are on, aren't we, Darren?
Yes.
I'm teaching Darren.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi everybody, welcome to Big Eye Golf and welcome to a little discussion video that we've been thinking of for a while.
Yeah, it's been a while coming, this discussion. I think we first spoke about it
Trevose.
October.
Yeah. Start of the winter before lockdown 2, lockdown 3, I lose track. So we are currently filming today at China Fleet near Saltash. We can actually see the river from here. Darren Sturman from Plymouth is behind the camera.
Hi everyone.
And that's where he's going to stay for a while. We're due to go and tee off, probably going to play 9 holes here today because we've got a late tee time and it's a really busy course, so thank you very much for them to allowing us to come here today. But we've been planning this kind of discussion for a while.
Yeah, it sort of stemmed from around, we did a vlog at Trevose.
Yeah, the rainy vlog.
A rainy vlog.
Remember it well.
And we had a little conversation on the way home. And so in that I put a post on our Facebook group, and it was literally, when do you feel that you get to a stage where you either carry on, you grind and try to improve, or you just think this is the best I can do and just give up? And I was pretty much on the verge of just walking away, selling the clubs.
Yeah, and if people watched that video, you didn't actually play very badly. The weather was awful.
Yeah.
You were doing okay. I think you watched, we were out the day before, we were on the practice day of a really big competition there.
Yeah.
And you were watching some other people playing, and maybe that either inspired you or deflated you, I'm not sure.
There's been sort of other things in the background that have stemmed
life
and sort of watching sort of videos on YouTube and maybe how some people progress, and you sort of think to yourself, is this going to be my limit? Is this, because I've been on a 15 handicap now for, I think it's probably getting on 7-8 years,
right?
And I haven't really sort of had any progression, any forward movement in my game.
Okay.
Whether it's from not playing enough, which has been sort of one of the big reasons, or just lack of practice, lack of getting competition games in with work. So you sort of think to yourself, is this like the end? Is this like the limit?
Yeah. We're not discussing a journey, but if there was a journey as such, it's stalled.
Yeah.
I don't like you're in a cul-de-sac.
I don't like journey because journey is sort of a destination that it finishes, but it's sort of a goal that I want to work towards.
But you've been in golf a long time, so we're going to very quickly discuss where you started it.
Yeah, but didn't really sort of start playing properly until I was about 14.
Okay. We
had like an activities week at school where you pick different activities throughout the week. I picked one that was golf and tennis because I was playing tennis at the time. My dad played golf for years. I used to go do pitch and putt with him and things like that. And we was hitting balls. It was down at Cape Cornwall. The little practice range, about 140 yards.
Yeah, and we're going to show that on film at some point.
Yeah, just hitting what? I think we was all given a 9-iron. So there's like a group of us from my class at school, and we're all hitting 9-irons. You had some of the lads in the group. They're squiffing 9-irons along the ground, and I'm sort of hitting these belters, sort of 140 yards. And the pro at the time down there, Scott Richards, he came up to me. He's like, "Look, do you play?" I'm like, "Well, done pitch and putt, things like that." He goes, "Right, I think you should have a go."
So it's not like saying you had a natural talent, but you can be nurtured.
Yeah.
You move forward quicker than other people.
I could hit a ball, if you know what I mean.
Which is a good start. It's more than I could do, yeah.
And it all went from there. I joined a club called Prayer Sands, which is a 9-hole course. At the time, they said they had quite a good junior section, but it turned out that I was the second junior.
You were the junior
they had,
section,
So they said, well, you can play in the senior comps. I didn't get a chance to play in them because they didn't want a junior coming in on a high handicap. First handicap I had was 36, which was the highest you could have at the time as a junior. And they didn't want me to go in and start winning all the competitions. So I think I was about there for about a year and a half, just sort of playing social rounds with my dad, and then moved to Cape Cornwall. Didn't really have much of a junior session, but I was getting sort of towards 15, 16 in age. And they said, yeah, you can play the senior comps. So I was able to go out then and sort of play Sunday mornings with the men.
And that would have encouraged you because
Oh,
you're playing
definitely.
against better people or more powerful people.
You're playing against, people ranging. I think the lowest handicap that was playing the comps down there was about 3 up to, 24, 26 sort of handicap. So getting a bit of a mix of different players and everything like that. And yeah, that was sort of the step forward then for me to take it quite serious. Used to do a Saturday morning. Your mum would drop me off. I would go there, play 17, 18, which is now first and second, as sort of a little practice, and then maybe go on the range and hit some.
Nearest bit by the clubhouse, if you might know where that is, yeah.
And then you'd hit sort of go to that little range section and hit balls. I mean, the guy that was working in there, Damien, ended up being quite a good friend. Sort of took me under his wing with golf, and we used to play a lot of social golf together. He was a member at West Cornwall, but the pro at the time was West Cornwall and Cape Cornwall.
Which tend to happen around by where we are, yeah.
He ran both shops, so yeah, I used to play a lot with them. And I ended up working at Cape Cornwall. I worked there for about 6-8 months in the pro shop, just when I sort of started to drive. So first real job really, £25 a week.
So you're kind of involved straight away in the world of golf,
Yeah.
not just playing. But
I was one of these ones that, back in the day, internet was slow, but
it still is at Cape Cornwall, mate. I'm telling you. Yeah, they're on the far end of nowhere.
I'd know what equipment was coming out. I'd know specs of clubs. I'd know the ins and outs of golf. I'm like a sponge with stuff. If I want to learn something, I'll learn it and I'll take everything in. So quite knowledgeable in that. Then obviously working in the shop helped as well, re-gripping, doing sort of menial pro shop tasks. And then from there, ended up working in a golf shop in Camborne, which is a little retail outlet, building clubs, so making sets up, customising.
So if you don't know the area, Camborne's a little town.
Yeah.
A little further away, but we're still far into Cornwall, which is where you've always basically been.
Yeah, basically always been down in Cornwall. And yeah, it was a great little shop to work in. It was about 2 years in there. Guy was there with Marco, we sort of kept together and we've played social rounds sort of ever since up to date. And yeah, it was sort of like a career that I liked, a career that I enjoyed. They ended up closing down because it was a £1 million company. Their golf side, they did a lot of import-export from China, and they would turn over 10, 15, 20 million with that, and the golf side wasn't really enough for them. We was the only shop in Cornwall. I think the nearest one then was Portsmouth. So it was quite a distance between their shops for sort of the managers to come to.
It's a business idea.
Yeah,
it's just closed.
Yeah, which a bit of a shame really. I then ended up working at West Cornwall with the pro Paul there. I thought I was there for about 4 months. He then moved out of the club and a new pro came in, and sort of for the interim period we had a chap called Ian who's assistant pro at West Cornwall now.
Yeah, it's still there.
He took over the shop for 3 months, so I sort of helped him just to sort of give the club a pro for 3 months. So I was sort of in the shop, running the shop with him, and yeah, it sort of then ended up moving off into started doing car sales, and career changed. Never had so much time off, never had so much free time to play golf. It's one of those things when you get to an age as well, drink, not quite so much, but drink, cars, women.
Other distractions, which is what happens with everybody. I didn't do golf at a young age, but I was heavily into athletics and rugby and martial arts and stuff, and was quite good at all that. But then, life happens, whether it be girlfriends, wives, jobs.
It sounds like the old cliche, but it's true, really. You sort of think that there's other things more important, so you don't play golf as much. You see it more of an occasional social thing, rather than something that you focus your time on. And yeah, I got my handicap down when I was at West Cornwall. Got it down to 17, and then over a couple of years got it down to 15. Dropped to 13, I think, probably around about 2007, 2008. And then it just sort of went to 15 and stayed.
It's just been sitting there.
Yeah. And I don't know if it's sort of not playing, but I've sort of, things happen in life and you don't get to do.
I think with you, for seeing you, I think it's not just not being able to play.
Yeah.
I just think you work for a well-known supermarket.
Yeah.
Long hours. 60 hours plus a week, I would guess.
Well, I do 50 hours a week.
Right.
So I'm 2 days off. Wednesday is like competition day at West Cornwall. That's like a big promo changeover day for us. So I've got to work those days, and Sundays, Saturdays, busy days, so I can't go on the golf course then. So it's been hit and a miss trying to fit golf in around work, and it's been pretty tough.
It's strange, isn't it? When I used to run a post office, and we'll discuss that on another video when we go and film at Filton in Bristol, but I had a couple of people who worked for me, and they said, "Oh, I can never work on a Thursday because Thursday's medal day."
Yeah.
So I had to kind of find a job, because I was running it. I had to let them
Yeah.
do that. You couldn't do that in a big supermarket.
No.
So, and I know from joining West Cornwall that the only way at the time you could get your handicap down was to play in comps. So again, you're
Yeah.
kind of frustrated by that.
Yeah, you're sort of stuck then with just playing social golf, whether it be 9 holes or just trying to get in, because you've got a little loop at West Cornwall where you can do sort of 1 to 9, and then you can go with 13, 14, 15, and then you call yourself 12 holes and then whatever it
The
is.
amount of times like little Steve has said, let's go home, or let's go to the bar,
Yeah,
and
well, you
it
get
kind of
around
happens.
to, you get around to 15, and then you think, that's what I want to do now is hit a tee shot on a par 5 and walk all the way up the hill. So yeah, it would be, I think one year I played 3 rounds in a year, and that's no good when you're trying to sort of improve or progress your game.
Yeah, I think, like you said, life got in the way.
Yeah,
Other things took over, which were very important at the time.
Yeah.
And obviously golf took a back seat, and then maybe things are changing in your life now. You're getting to that age where, sorry about this, you're into middle age, mate.
Yeah.
Where you have to make decisions in your life. You're not quite on the flat cap and the convertible yet, but he's getting there. You get an MG next, it'll be fine.
I've done the sports car.
Yeah.
I'm not
But you're
doing
what
those
now?
yet.
38.
38.
So you've kind of said to me, I really want to get to a point in golf where I feel I've improved by the time you're 40.
Yeah.
Whatever
Yeah,
score that will be.
We had a chat on the way back from Trevose, and I think it was really sort of like my frustrations of golf. Frustrations from sort of different aspects and different sort of things influencing it. And I think I put a post out on the Facebook group, as I said, and sort of reading through some of the comments, took heed, and really sort of sat down and thought. I thought, right, okay, I'm going to set myself a goal. Not a journey, but a goal. And the goal is for me now, I want to get my handicap down.
Okay.
I want to get it down by the time I'm 40, but I've got a specific target.
Okay.
So I want to try to get myself to a handicap index of 4.
Okay. And there's a reason for this, I believe. Is that right?
Oh, I think one day I would like to think that I could maybe get into the golf industry again, and when you get to a 4 handicap, the world opens to you a little bit with different things. Not saying that I could make it as a pro or anything like that, but a retail pro.
Yeah,
days, I
and
quite
not
enjoy
saying
that.
you're going to quit your job tomorrow or anything, but
No,
the fact
no.
is you like the doors open for a possibility.
I'd like to get to that level. I mean, age is not really in my favour, maybe.
Well, we've discussed this because I'm saying, like, at my age, I almost accept the fact this is where I'm going to be,
Yeah.
and I can't get an awful lot better
No.
because age comes into it, the power starts dropping on
Yeah.
things. That's not happened with you so far.
No, but it's
a levelling off factor.
Yeah, I want to try to get myself to this point and maintain it. So, yeah, really sort of tried to focus more, and I think you've noticed as well, I'm sort of focusing more into golf and sort of just trying to get improvement there.
I think this will go up in the next week or so it's quite early, but there's some videos and Darren's on them as well, and I've been playing with you recently, and you are just on fire right now. You're like so motivated, and I actually joke, the friendly Neil is not in it, and it's not about that, it's the competitive wanting to improve, get better, Neil. And that's really good, and I think that happens to a lot of people in life when some people have had kids and families and they get in the way, and you've not done that bit, but some people have. And then they get to a point where they're old enough now to do other things, and then you get back into a sport you really love, like golf or tennis or anything else, and then you want to just throw yourself into it and see where you can go. And I don't think you've ever quite felt you've achieved where you wanted to be.
No, I mean, I get my dad say to me sometimes, you could have done this, you could have done that.
You could have been a contender.
And it's like, oh,
There's a film there, Darren, yeah.
I know, and I sort of end up kicking myself, and I've set this goal, and some may think it's a bit dramatic, but if I don't get to this goal, I might just give it up at the end and go, right,
Other things are more important.
I've set myself a target, and I've reset my mind, I've reset the way I sort of think about a lot of things, and I'm pretty focused on this now. Seeing Dan, we did the driver fit, and there's a video on the channel, opened my eyes a little bit more, and I think working from that, I think there's definite progression there.
So, what are your plans? I mean, how are you going to do this? Are you going to take lessons? Are you going to change your equipment? Are you going to change golf clubs? Are you going to like the actual place you play, so you can find chance to play in competitions and things?
I mean, for me, equipment-wise, I think everything's there. What needs to be at the moment. Maybe tweak the driver, but then
I think we've kind of seen that on the Dan video. That
see how the progression.
You've
from
got a
that
decent kit of equipment.
golf club wise, I may end up changing clubs just to maybe not, I say, more friendly course. Nothing to do with the people.
No.
It's the actual course itself. Something a bit more maybe friendly. Because West Cornwall is very hilly. You
can lose the ball at West Cornwall when not on a good shot.
I've hit many drives
times.
down the middle of the fairway and you can't find it, just where it runs off, etc. So think about maybe joining a club that might be a little bit more friendly, a parkland course. I'm looking around at different options at the moment, and I've got a couple of different ideas of what I want to do. And obviously doing bits with the channel as well, sort of enlighten my golf.
Well, it's kind of opened doors to places you wouldn't normally play, and you're thinking, oh, maybe I'm more suited to Parkland, or I'm more suited to links, or whatever. I think it works that way.
But it's opened my eyes as well to the world of golf a bit more, and it's got that fuel back.
Yeah, you're back, you're kind of inspired, and you want to get involved more. It's just, I say that it's not just about the playing; it's about the meeting people and speaking to the pros, and they go around the shops and just standing in there for a few hours and just talking to people. Be involved in the environment again.
But we'll be going to be sourcing out some lessons.
Okay.
So we'll see where the game is. Obviously, the bit we did with Dan, the drive video, so it's just changing my path into the ball. I've been doing that and it's been working really well, but it's still a bit of a work in progress. So we're going to see where that goes for a couple more weeks, and then probably going to speak about some lessons and sort of move on from there. One of the things that I do is
I'm going to find some questions.
I get a bit complacent with things, and I'm one of these people that I like to read back. So I don't know if it's a good idea or not, I sort of created a blog where I'm sort of putting in what I'm doing, notes about rounds, what I've been doing, practicing, and sort of trying to build it up, and so I can go back.
It's almost like a business plan stroke diary, like a review of how you're getting on in life, and how, like people will be putting in their scores and stuff, but you're doing more than that. You're talking about the round you played, how you felt, and everything.
I've reset all of my stats. I'm using new software now that I can log my stats on that are completely set to 0. So I'm not looking back at 6 years of bad golf. I'm looking from, I think, reset on the 29th of March.
I think that's it. You can't look back at what you were before. And we've said that, I say that in life about lots of other things. You can't judge your future on your past. No. You draw a line, and from there you move forward. So that's your plan.
I think what was quite nice is the end of lockdown, 29th of March, I reset everything. So I've got no stats from my sort of the older golfing that I was doing, and reset everything from there on.
We'll call it the Neal Allen reset. That'd be quite good, wouldn't it?
Well, it pretty much is.
Yeah.
So I said, refresh my mind, reset the stats, and just going to push through, get some lessons, so we can go. And I've done the blog really as something I can go back and look at and see what I've done. If there's pointers that I've put in there, I can go back and read them. The blog is public, people can go on there. We'll put a link if people want to go, if you want to have a look at it, if you're interested in something like that. It might not be the best reading in the world, but for me it's something I can go back and look at.
I think it's really interesting. I think Darren's on his head, it'd be really interesting, because it's about getting into the mindset of what is an average golfer and through average time of life. You know? So that's what we'll do. We'll certainly sort that out, and we'll put the links on, and
so it's sort of documenting. Like I'm trying to do it every week, so I'm putting in about rounds that I've played, what practice I've done, and maybe it's just some little golfy sort of thoughts if I have anything like that throughout the day, or note it down and then type it up. But it could be something that people would be interested in.
So you'll see it on the channel, and we'll do bits and pieces, and sometimes you'll see the odd lesson that I'll film in the background and things like that, and we'll keep progress on the channel about how Neal's going to get on.
Yeah. I mean, if people want to see something like that, we can, try to document that in video form in some way.
We don't want to get in your way of what you want to do.
Well, no.
So, but I think people will see a progression on the games that you're playing on the channel as well, because it sounds like it's real life, but YouTubing and filming is not real life, playing golf.
It's not really the easiest way to play golf.
Yeah.
You're constantly sort of thinking about what's going on behind you, people coming up, and you may not have the full concentration on the shot that you would do if you were playing the medal.
Tell me about it.
Yeah. But with the new World Handicap, you can enter scores in, so I can play a social round with someone, and I can put that score in towards the handicap.
Okay.
So I don't need to play quite as many, say, competition rounds, but I can play the social rounds to improve the handicap now, which I think is going to help a lot.
Do you think for you it's important to, I think, like you said, for a possible career move at some point, you need to get that figure down.
Yeah.
But do you actually feel, for confidence-wise, you feel encouraged by the game to actually knock a figure down? I don't mind if I get better figures or not. I just feel I'm playing better and I don't have to compete or anything to do
definitely, I feel more encouraged.
You've got a competitive edge about you. So.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. So with resetting the mindset and everything like that, I'm really feel like I'm more driven and more focused to actually do it now. Okay.
So, anything else you want to say quickly? Because I got a bunch of questions.
That's pretty much it, yeah.
So we did this little very quick Q&A, although Darren's got first question. You could read out your own question if you want, Darren. Okay, your according to this, Darren, your question is a two-parter, right? Do you think your off the tee length is an advantage or disadvantage to your game? As to strokes lost, and have you gained your excellent short game more because you're a long hitter and needs to be good around the greens?
I think it comes in part. Yeah, I mean, having a long ball can be advantageous, definitely on par fours, where some people might be hitting 5-iron in, I'm hitting 9-iron wedge, but the accuracy's not been there, so the short game's had to be good to try to compensate for that.
Yeah,
so,
certainly on early days with I met
Yeah.
you, your recovery on the short game was just saving your game.
Yeah. But I say that's a lot of time from sort of in the house, chipping, putting in the house, and not being able to get on the course. But you sort of, you pick up a putt, you have a few putts, and have a little chip on the carpet.
The feel's kind of back straight away,
Yeah.
but it's the other shots that are the problem.
Yeah, but definitely the short games come because of the erratic long game.
Okay, so we're going to rush through these very quickly. Okay, Simon Thorpe, you have the potential to get to single figures, which is what we all think. What part of your game do you need to hone in order to that to happen?
Definitely consistency and accuracy.
Okay.
Yeah, so as I say, working on what I've been working on from what I mentioned, and then going forward and having lessons at some point as well, just trying to hone that accuracy in.
Okay. His other question is, what's the best course you've ever played, and what course would you like to play ahead of anything else?
Best course, St Melian,
Okay.
for me, because it's a Nicholas design course and it is a
Have you actually travelled very far out of Cornwall to do playing golf?
The furthest I've played Oak Manor in Somerset.
Right. Okay.
That's the furthest from Cornwall I've been to play. I've watched the Open at St Andrews. I've watched the BMW at Wentworth.
It's a Cornish thing. They never leave the county, do they?
No.
They don't. No, they don't. Honestly.
The course I'd like to play, it would be Wentworth West Course.
Okay.
Definitely. I mean, you see it on TV, and after walking the course, watching the guys play, you sort of it'd be nice to sort of play it.
We can get your passport to go over the bridge, and then we can probably get into
might
Wentworth
need
at some
those.
point. Yeah. Okay. A lot of people have said this. Simon Thorpe, Paul Kaplan, and Dougal too, who put a picture on.
Yeah.
Jam first or cream first, obviously.
Jam first.
Stupid question, isn't it?
It's got to be jam first.
Poor old Dougal too has put a picture on, and he reckons it's the right way. It's not. I might have to reverse the picture in some way.
Yeah,
right?
no.
Okay. We'll discuss more about that with a cream teacup at some point as well. Right, so yeah, that was the same. It's the question has split the Oggie community. It hasn't. It's always been jam first. There's no split.
No.
There's a Devon split. It's a different thing.
Yeah.
Right. Your ideal four ball from golf YouTubers who cannot include the sidekick, so you can't have Lester in it. Just the main man or woman.
Dan
Okay.
Hendrickson, Peter Finch.
Yeah.
I just like his game. His game looks brilliant. One more. Obviously John. But yeah,
No, you play me all the time. You go with decent people, mate.
So Dan Hendrickson, Peter Finch, and quite possibly Rick Shields.
Okay. Just all the. I was waiting for a surprise, and
That's
there's
probably
no
the common
surprise,
answer,
is there?
isn't it?
Yeah. No Paige Spanik in that or anything. I'm very surprised. Right. Okay. Worst type of playing partner to play with? I guess they're saying slow or methodical or boring.
Yeah, I've had the honour of playing with someone that doesn't shut up.
Right. Yeah, I've had a few of those.
And
hang on, it's me.
yeah, someone who commentates your game and commentates what you should do. Yeah, definitely that is the worst type for me.
I will say when we're not vlogging, okay, because that's what we do in the vlog. Which supermarket offers the best value, mate?
Oh, there's only one in there. It's got to be Lidl.
Oh, I thought you meant Aldi. Sorry, mate. Lidl's. Yeah. You haven't got the shirt on today, but he works for Lidl's. Okay. Steve Treby, what course have you? Sorry, which course? Can't even read that. Steve, are you writing in Cornish, mate, or is it my glasses? What course which you have not played in Cornwall is on the top of the list to play?
Oh, St Endoc.
And the favourite course you have ever played in Cornwall?
St Melian.
Yeah. We'll try and get St Endoc. That's such a fun place. I think that's my favourite so far as well. Nick Fowings, favourite club in the bag and why, and least favourite and why?
Favourite club, 60-degree wedge.
Okay, yeah,
Gets
you
me out
use it for everything.
Gets me out of so much trouble.
Yeah, you use
really
it all
does.
the time.
But then the putter's in there as well, Old Faithful. But
Okay.
yeah, no, 60-degree wedge.
Okay, least favourite?
Least favourite at the moment is the 3-wood.
Okay,
I've
yeah,
got-
you don't see it very often.
No, I've got
Yeah.
a horrible habit of topping it at the moment.
Okay, it happens. Okay, Keith Harris, Yakabom on Twitter, golfing goals. We've kind of discussed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
to get down to a full handicap. That's,
And he
that's
wants
basically
to
the
play
goal.
us for a game in June.
Definitely.
So we can
let
organise
us know
that.
when you're down.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll sort that out. Try to sort that out.
And Leicester Barnes, obviously, got to do a question for
Leicester.
the end. If you had a choice, would you want to partner him, Leicester Barnes,
Right.
or Pointless Dan? It says I would explain, but
Yeah.
if you've watched the videos which are going out around about now, which are the Dan Henderson videos with playing with me at West Cornwall, you'll find out about Pointless Dan. Okay? Poor
So if
man
it's
has never
me
won
and
a
you-
point. Well, yeah, he's never won a
Me-
point anywhere in Cornwall in any
No.
competition any time in his life.
So if it's me and you, Leicester and Dan, right? I play with Leicester.
Yeah.
We know who the real talent on the channels are, don't we?
You're right, absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
You know,
and the
we know the
personality.
main man.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be quite a good matchup,
It'd be
actually.
the A team versus the B team, wouldn't it?
I think it'd be a good matchup, actually.
I think it'd be cool. So we're rushing off because we've got a tea time in a minute, and Darren's falling asleep in the background. He's just standing there. He's getting really stiff. He's only done about 200 balls today so far, aren't you, Darren? No, yeah, 100 balls. So I know maybe it was a bit long-winded. We'll chop it down a bit because it's very difficult to explain what you want to do in life. But
Yeah.
when I've had this conversation with Neil before, we talk about it all the time over the last few months about what you're going to do when you get to a certain point in your life and you've got some time back in your life and some, sounds awful, but freedom maybe from work and other things, and you want to throw yourself back into golf again. And do you do it or do you give it up?
Yeah, exactly.
And you need that point to make that
I think,
decision.
yeah, I had to make a decision. I've made it, and yeah, it's just
And
upwards.
I
hopefully, from
thank
there.
you have, because I really love you being on channel, mate, and you're an integral part of it. You
No,
are
no,
you are the not
doing
quite
it.
as funny Leicester Barnes.
Not quite as funny.
Well, you're going to get there. Yeah, he's got more experience of just being mad, mate.
We could both sell Mars bars.
That's true. Yeah, you've done that as well.
Yeah.
Semi-professional Mars bar seller. Well, you do that. Well, actually, you do it all the time.
I do,
Oh,
yeah.
do you sell Mars bars? Are they cheap?
We do
other
actually do
versions?
Mars, and the cheaper generic.
Okay. Generic. Other
part.
cheaper brands are available. Four for a quid in it. I mean, yeah. Okay. Little dinky thing. Right. Thanks so much for watching. It's a bit of a funny little video, but we just want to talk to Neil about what's happening in his game and where he wants to go forward. And hopefully, you'll see that happen on the channel.
I hope it wasn't too boring for you all.
Well, it won't be when I cut it in and put some few funny things. We got a picture of you as a child with a trophy or anything?
I'm sure I could find something.
Good. We'll
the
put that in.
rest are all under lock and key.
We need, yeah, he won't let me have any more, but there's both one. Has he got short trousers on? No?
No.
He's probably got hair and everything. We'll add that in. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe. This is just one of those little added on videos from all our course vlogs that we're doing. Just a filler, but it's an interesting filler. I think so. It saves me having to talk to him for hours on end every time we come on back from every course vlog where you tell him the same thing over and over again. Please subscribe, please hit the notification bell, give a thumbs up, do all those things, and come and join the crew. And if you're ever down here in Cornwall, Devon way, you want to play around with us, you can. We'll try and sort something out for you and fit it around when we possibly can do that. Bye for now, everybody. Speak soon.
Bye.
Cut, Darren, cut. Hit the button, mate. That one.